That's not a knife. That's a knife. Welcome back, everybody. Faithful EDC here with you today. Today we have the Spyderco Manix 2 lightweight in Maxamet blade steel. This is a factory second. Where do I see that? There it is. Factory second. This guy here was picked up at Blade Show down in Georgia for me. Factory second. This was one of their sale pieces that they had there at the show. Picked this up for 80 bucks. About the only thing that I can find wrong with it is the lock stick. It's got some wicked lock stick. I have taken it apart. I have cleaned it, trying to get rid of that lock stick. It has gotten about 80% better than what it was whenever I got this into my hands from the guys that picked it up down there at Blade Show. Whenever I first got it, whenever I opened and went to go pull back, it barely would move, and it was a grunt to get that crossbar to move. That crossbar has that ball bearing inside of it. I'm not sure that if I were to replace the ball bearing, it would go away completely, or if there is something completely wrong with that lock surface. I really honestly don't know. I have tried, the pencil lead, I've tried the Sharpie, all the other, tips and tricks that I've used on other Spydercos to help fix some of the lock sticks, and just like I said, it's gotten about 80% better. It's not truly 100% better yet, but it is a usable knife. Maxamet steel, I've never had Maxamet, and why not? At 80 bucks, couldn't pass it up. Even though it's a factory second, doesn't bother me one bit. That lock stick eventually should go away. Maybe put some... Maybe if you put some scales on the side or upgraded the ball cage or a spring, you never really know what the leading cause is of it. But I would say that that is the reason behind it being a factory second. Maxamet steel, like I said, this is the first time I've ever had Maxamet. It is known for its extreme hardness, 67 to 70 HRC. Its extreme wear resistance. Only downside, well, not only, one of its downside, it is a prone to rust. So make sure you're using your Wicked Industries products, your Wicked Wax, keeping this thing clean, dry, and oil free. Constantly, every time I get this out, use it, whatever. I do have a rag that is basically infused with Wicked Wax, so every time I get done with it, I will wipe that down with some Wicked Industries products and keep the blade from rusting there. Like I said, I picked it up for 80 bucks as a factory second from Blade Show in Atlanta, Georgia. I didn't pick it up. Somebody picked it up for me. But nonetheless, very cool. I do have some other Manixes here. We have the Manix 2 lightweight in 15V. Has no lock stick whatsoever on this one. Unfortunately, with the lightweights, you've got to have a special... You've got to order special scales if you want to upgrade. You can't just upgrade with any scales on these. So at some point in time, I look into getting some AWT scales for the 15V here. Also, we have the Manix 2 XL in crew wear and micarta. This one here is just a tank of a knife. I absolutely love this thing. Very, very much. I do have the scales soaked in Wicked Wax. I do put quite a few coats on these every once in a while. That's why it is so dark. And I have upgraded to a medium weight spring, a titanium ball cage, and the upgraded ceramic bearing in the ball cage there on this one. So this one here is perfect for me. I absolutely love the size, the comfort in the hand, the ease of pull on this I made it feel exactly like my 940 from my Benchmade 940. That is the same exact pull that I have on the Benchmade. So that's why I've chose that medium weight spring on this one. But those are the Manix knives that I have in the collection. Like I said, this 15V I am looking to upgrade with AWT scales. The Maxamet, I believe I am going to move on from. Normally probably wouldn't, but with this one being the 15V, that is kind of what I want to stick with on the lightweight side. The Maxamet, while it's very cool and it's a different blade steel, it's just another one that I've got to, you know, keep track of and make sure isn't going to rust. So I believe this one's going to be moving on to Chris from Wyvern Kodiak. He's going to pick this up for me. I think he's already got some scales ordered for it, just as I'm going to be getting some scales for my lightweight 15V there. But wanted to make a video on it, just showing some of the issues that may cause it to be a factory second. I think that lock stick is about the only thing that I can see different on... only thing I can see different between the two. Right, so the Spydercos are all the same, the Maxamet's all the same, the Golden Colorado USA Earth's all the same, doesn't have BBB on the top there, but no other issues that I can find being a factory second other than the lock stick. So if lock stick is all you got to work through, by golly, save your money, get yourself a factory second, and work through that lock stick. I mean, really, honestly, that is a huge savings to not pass up on. But like I said, I'm going to stick with the 15V. This one's going to move out of the collection just so I'm not, you know, that's one more knife that I've got to prepare and make sure is constantly coated and not going to rust on me. So believe Chris, like I said, from Wyvern Kodiak's going to pick this up, and he's going to enjoy it, use it, change it, all the things. So looking forward to seeing what it turns into. But that's what I got for you guys today. Everybody knows the Maxamet or the Manix sizes. We can revert to one of my other videos if you would like. There are plenty of overviews and size comparisons on these Manix 2 lightweight knives. But just wanted to go over the factory second portion and the Maxamet steel. So thank you all so much for checking this video out. Hope you all enjoy, and as always, take care and God bless.